learn so much from everyone, and that's also the thing I love about the VoiceOver Network.
As a new member, I'm already enjoying the benefits.
It's like this great community you start to grow. Definitely VoiceOver Network, because you guys are great.
The VoiceOver Network is an international community of voiceover professionals, helping to raise standards and unite voice actors around the world.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. So, well, hi, everybody. It's fantastic to be here. What an amazing group. I'm just looking at the chat and just like everyone all over the world. This is phenomenal.
VoiceOver Network is such a great tool, I find, to the community at large, not just for talent, but for agents and for casting directors.
Thank you, Rachel. I think it's incredible that you create something like this that I know is such an enormously valuable resource to all of our narrators and interested narrators and other VO pros.
The VoiceOver Hour live webinar is brought to you by Pozotron.
Hi, I'm Adam Fritz, and I'm the CEO of Pozotron. We have an AI-powered software tool designed to make every step of your voiceover productions easier, faster, and more efficient. We believe in the power of AI to improve human performance rather than replace humans in the voiceover business. As a proud partner of the VoiceOver Network, we're pleased to offer all VoiceOver Network members a free trial of our tool. Just go to www.pozotron.com/free trial, click the book a demo button at the bottom, and you'll access your free trial. Thank you very much. Please check out Pozotron and enjoy today's webinar.
Okay, moving on. Right, let's introduce our special guest. I would like to welcome the brilliant Adam Fritz. Now, Adam is the CEO of Pozotron, a forward-thinking operations leader with a passion for optimizing business strategy. With a rich background in business development, corporate partnerships, and marketing, Adam has dedicated his career to solving complex problems in the media industry. At the helm of Pozotron, he has led the company's mission to revolutionize audiobook production through innovative AI-powered software. His expertise lie in streamlining workflows, reducing inefficiencies, and empowering narrators, proofreaders, and publishers to maximize their creativity and productivity. Under his leadership, Pozotron has quickly become a leading tool for audiobook production professionals, helping them to produce more accurate, efficient, and profitable audiobooks. Amazing. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you. That was way better than the bio I submitted. Like, if you could send me the transcript of that, I'm going to use that next time, because that is, yeah, very nice. Thank you.
So good to have you here. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you very much. And I probably, without further ado, I am just going to get started. Let's see.
Yeah, good. There we go.
All right.
Nice. Right, I'm going to come off camera and let you crack on.
No problem. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. As you know, my name is Adam Fritz. I have been the CEO of Pozotron for 3 years, with the company for almost 4. First off, after watching the introduction video that I filmed a while ago, hopefully you do find my speaking performance significantly less wooden and expressionless than it was in that video. So I might have to re-record that one. I live in Vancouver, Canada with my 2 sons, who are currently obsessed with Harry Potter, both in print and audio formats. So I came to Pozotron not with any experience in the audio production industry. I had a wealth of experience across numerous different industries in software and other verticals, but as a listener. So I have learned a lot about audiobooks and other forms of voiceover over the past 4 years. And I would say I'm probably well in the thousands in terms of numbers of narrators that I've spoken to over the last 4 years. So a lot of what we build at Pozotron comes directly out of conversations with our customers or potential customers, everywhere from an individual narrator producing their very first e-learning project, all the way up to the Big Five, Disney, New York Times, many other big customers that we work with. So everything that you see here today is basically comes out of conversations with people like yourself and finding creative technological solutions to the problems they face in their daily work. So Pozotron has been around since 2017. We launched commercially in 2018, and really with the goal of taking the very labor-intensive process of creating audio out of a manuscript, whether that's an audiobook or e-learning or anything in between, and making it easier, faster, and more efficient. So we did start out in audiobooks, but we branched out to many other forms of audio, including commercial voiceover, e-learning, dubbing, and numerous other verticals. We do also have a number of podcast companies using Pozotron currently for scripted podcasts and audio dramas and things like that. To put our software in context, 45% of audiobooks produced in the US this year were touched by Pozotron in some way, shape, or form. And we're not just for English. We do support about 12 different languages, including Spanish, German, French, Swedish, Danish, Dutch, and many more. So I'm going to touch a little bit on AI. But that is not going to be the crux of my presentation today. Really, I'm touching on it to put our software in context of the greater AI industry, I suppose. I was going to say something a little more critical, but Pozotron does use AI and machine learning. We don't hide from that. What we do with AI and machine learning is very explicitly stated in our terms of service and a few other areas of our website. If you do have any questions beyond what I talk about today, please don't hesitate to ask. But most importantly, we believe that AI is a tool to improve human performance, not replace it. So we are a company that cares deeply about the art of audiobooks and any other form of scripted storytelling, I should say. And we're here to use technology to enhance your telling of your story rather than replace you in the process. We don't use AI. We don't use your data to create an AI likeness of your voice. We do not sell or share data with any third parties, and we do not replace human proofers or editors with software. We are a tool to improve your performance and your workflow rather than replace you in that workflow. Okay, so what is AI? AI is simply a computer system or algorithm that has been designed by humans for the purpose of executing a task to benefit humans. When people hear AI or artificial intelligence or machine learning, often they go straight into thinking about Skynet from Terminator, the world is ending and our jobs are going to go away. There are two general types of AI, one being narrow AI, similar to Pozotron, which is AI designed to complete very specific actions and unable to independently learn. And then there is artificial general intelligence, which does not exist, but is AI designed to learn, think, and perform at similar levels to humans. So I should say there are some, ChatGPT, for example, is approaching general AI, but not a self-aware AI. So just to put that in context. There are four types, general phases, I guess, of AI between starting at the very beginning all the way up to a self-aware AI that's going to destroy the world. Again, hypothetical and mostly said in jest. So reactive machine AI, which is AI capable of responding to external stimuli in real time that is unable to build memory or store information for future. So a really good example is the IBM Watson chess product that was created back quite some time ago. Then there is limited memory AI that can store knowledge and use it to learn and train for future tasks. So Tesla's self-driving autopilot is a good example, or Siri on your iPhone or your Alexa device. Then there is theory of mind AI, which is AI that can sense and respond to human emotions plus perform the tasks of limited memory machines. Theory of mind AI is hypothetical. It does not currently exist. And then finally, self-aware AI that can recognize others' emotions plus has a sense of self and human level intelligence, which is, in theory, the final stage of AI. Again, 3 and 4 there, theory of mind and self-aware, do not exist and are just hypothetical at this point. So to give you a little bit of a context around where Pozotron is, I've separated AI in audio publishing specifically, again, not simply related to audiobooks, but any form of scripted storytelling, be that podcasts, e-learning, whatever, into 2 categories. So
there are a number of companies using AI for voice synthesis, most of them falling into 2 separate categories, concatenative and parametric.
Some companies create synthetic likenesses of an individual human narrator's voice, while others merge multiple vocal samples into a single voice.
The quality of an AI voice is graded on 2 key factors, naturalness and intelligibility. Naturalness is how like a human voice the AI sounds, in terms of intonation, inflection, and tonal shifts. Intelligibility refers to the ease with which the listener can understand each word spoken.
Companies have adopted these technologies with differing levels of success. However, I believe that the success of AI-voiced audiobooks will depend entirely on how, over time, they are accepted and purchased by the listening public.
Okay, so obviously that was not me speaking. That was a number of these different tools that I used to present, to put together that bit of the presentation. I personally am not a believer in AI voice. Technically, it has many flaws, and just want to be very clear that is not what Pozotron is doing. However, in the audio industry, generative AI gets the vast majority of the news, the vast majority of the discourse, but it is not the only form of AI and machine learning out there specifically for publishing. So there are a number of tools for QC proofing and editing that do use AI and machine learning. Pozotron, which I will present on today. Descript, which has some similar tools, but different applications and different use cases, primarily in the podcasting industry. Then there is another great tool called Isotope RX8, which some of you may or may not use for things like removing sibilants and breaths and noises and that kind of thing. So there are other applications beyond simply just generative AI. Final touch point here on AI, and that is I'm a big believer, and I will say some of this comes from, if you are interested in more information on the general AI industry, a man named Ethan Mollick, Mollick, has a great Substack called, I don't remember what it's called right now, but if you search Ethan Mollick, gives you great context and information on the development of AI. There are 3 types of tasks in my mind. Human tasks completed without assistance of any AI tools, not suitable for replacement. By AI, I should say. Centaur tasks, which I believe actually applies to many tasks that humans do complete on a daily basis. Tasks completed by humans with either some or in some cases significant assistance from AI tools, where AI is designed to improve human performance rather than replace it, and that's where Pozotron sits. And then cyborg tasks, tasks fully automated by AI tools with 0 human input or oversight. In this case, I would say my creation of those files or of those images, I should say, is a Centaur task. I personally do not have an artistic bone in my body, and I use ChatGPT / DALL-E to produce those images. Okay, why does Pozotron exist? The audio production process is time-consuming, at some points menial and very manual. And is a labor of love for many people. This is on my very first week with Pozotron. One of my team members and I mapped out every step of, in this case, an audiobook production process to see exactly what, all the way from the initial casting or choosing the voiceover artist all the way to delivery, looks like step by step. And then we looked at the tools Pozotron has or had at the time and how we could make a greater impact on the workflow of people in the industry. Again, we believe in the power of technology and AI to make humans more efficient, accurate, and effective, and not to replace them. Okay, what can Pozotron do? At its core, it will eliminate many manual tasks. Everything we do as a company is designed to achieve what we call the golden ratio, 1 hour of work to 1 hour of finished audio. That golden ratio is a long way off, but everything that we can do to save you 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes in an audio production will add up over to, in the case of an audiobook, potentially dozens of hours saved, especially over the course of a long production. Our tool will give you peace of mind about accuracy in terms of correct pronunciations, in terms of your pacing and many other elements of your finished audio, allowing you to focus on the creative elements of your story. as well. Yes, emphasize creative elements. I got ahead of myself there. Okay. The most important part of Pozotron in my mind is our collaboration tools. In many cases, whether you're an audiobook narrator narrating on ACX and you're going back and forth with your author or your author or rights holder on a regular basis, all the way up to a very complex corporate narration where you're dealing with marketing people and branding people and sales people and video production people or audio production people, there could be many stakeholders in the project. So Pozotron is what we call a single source of truth, one place in your production where every element of your project can be found. Everyone knows where to go to instead of having a spreadsheet, instead of having a Google Drive or a Dropbox folder. Everything can be stored and kept in Pozotron. There is no charge ever for collaboration in Pozotron. So we don't charge for user seats. All we charge for is usage. So if you upload the same project with one person or 1,000 people involved, it is exactly the same price because we believe that one of the best things that we can do is streamline collaboration. And those project management tools are things we're spending a lot of time improving currently. Very easy to share a project in Pozotron, and I will demo this in a minute. But you're going to click the share button, you're going to type in the email and click done. It'll send a project invitation to that user who can then access it again, free of charge. Okay, so where do you start in Pozotron? I am going to open my screen here, and hopefully you can all see a Pozotron demo project. Please send me a message quickly if you cannot. But when you're starting in Pozotron, very simply, you are going to upload your manuscript. Everything in Pozotron is based on your manuscript, and that can be a manuscript in PDF, EPUB, or Word format. You're going to enter your project title. There's a number of different settings you can customize and then click create. Pozotron will then process that script for many use cases. The first one I'm going to show you are our script preparation tools. And these tools are designed to allow narrators, directors, and audio producers to continue prepping their projects in a fraction of the time with the help of AI and machine learning and algorithmic technologies, rather than just saying, hey, ChatGPT, here is my script. Tell me every word I need to focus on. Our tools are designed to improve the quality of your preparation using links to the most popular research tools available. And I'm going to show you a quick example of our most popular tools, our pronunciation research, our character voice guide, which is specifically designed for fiction projects, but does have some applicable use cases in nonfiction as well. And then our automatic script markups. So when you upload your project to Pozotron, you're going to click the pronunciation tab. You're then going to click on open suggestions. In English, we have a number of different dictionaries integrated via API, Oxford US, Oxford UK, Forvo, Merriam-Webster, and Pronounceology, which is a custom database of over 100,000 word entries with many obscure Latin phrases and terminology or historical names and things like that. I'm going to keep it as Oxford US currently. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go through our suggestions list, of which there are 40 in this book, but it is a very short text, where it's going to show you all the capitalized rare terms, so proper nouns that are capitalized in the book. Complex words, we have a number of ways we grade word complexity, and then foreign words. And what you're going to do, you're going to add these words to your list, and it will automatically search in the dictionary for these pronunciations. I'm just going to add a few here. See if I can find one that comes up as blank. Darn. Nope. Jonas. Okay, so if the word is found in the dictionary, it'll automatically pull the text and the audio.
Abortive. Antenna.
If, for example, here you've got it came up with a British pronunciation, you can click on this cloud icon. I could listen to all the different ones. So let's go.
Abortive.
There we go. Merriam-Webster. And I'm going to replace that. An easy way to research those correct pronunciations. In the event that we're going to use an example from our friends at Disney, in the event that that the name is not found in your chosen dictionary, in this case, which is Oxford, I can click on here and I guarantee there's going to be some Forvo entries.
Yoda.
Yoda.
Oh, that's the German pronunciation of Yoda. Or you can actually share the project with with your author, for example, your rights holder, whoever is running the project. They can come in here, or you can yourself. You could come in here, you could enter a URL here, you can type in your phonetic spelling, and then you can also record. Yoda, 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 Yoda. Again, it is a very easy way to find all those difficult words and find the correct pronunciations, whether that's a company's name in a commercial advertisement that you're narrating, or a character name in an audiobook. There are a number of other things you can do. You can transfer research between projects. So if you're working on a book series or a series of voiceovers for the same company, you can transfer the research from project to project, so you're not starting from scratch every time. You can import a full list of words in a number of different ways as well, and many other implementations. You can add custom words as well, and Pozotron will actually automatically pull the pronunciation of things that you've done in the past. So here's the name Avon that I recorded previously. Avon, Avon. So a very productive and collaborative tool to speed up, to make sure that you have all of your words ready to pronounce when you start your narration. We also do have a character voice guide, again, mostly for fictional work, which will give you an output of every word in your pronunciation guide, or every word in every character name, I should say, in your script. In this case, I'm just going to add Sherlock because I've populated that previously. Then I'm also going to add Dr. James Mortimer here, because this shows off a tool. This will actually scan your script and pull cues out for how that character is described automatically using a large language model. So here, gender male and formal British accent are two things that were automatically pulled from the script using our large language model. But what this allows you to do, you can upload a photo if that talks about how you, or informs you how you should act that character out. You can add in notes about that character's, how that character is described in the book, and then also notes about how that character's voice should sound, and then also record up to 10 samples of you speaking, record or upload, I should say, of you speaking in that character's voice. Finally, you can actually export a marked up script, which I am just going to open in Chrome. Give me 1 second here. Should have had this open, but I did not. So you click on that export mark script button up on the top right, and this will actually export as long as you're working in a PDF. This will automatically export your PDF back to you with all of your pronunciation words highlighted in yellow, with your correct pronunciations and the audio links embedded into the PDF, and your characters highlighted in blue, again, with all of those notes embedded. So if you are a believer in marking up your script, these are tools to really speed up that process, make it easier, faster, and obviously, hopefully, a little more efficient. Now,
Adam, I think I'll jump in quickly.
Of course.
If that's all right, because that seems like an okay place to stop. So you uploaded already a portion of that script. So those words that you flagged up would come up. Is that how that works?
Exactly. So we basically have, I'll go back to that. We have built an algorithm in each of the languages we support that will automatically scan your script and suggest. So this is just based on the text of the script that you uploaded. All of the words that our algorithm believes, and this is based on a number of different tools and user data as well, you may not know how to pronounce. And so you as a narrator or voiceover artist are just going to go through all of our suggestions, click add to research or ignore. So add to research means I don't know how to pronounce this. Ignore means, yeah, I'm good. I know how to pronounce Rachel. That's fine. And then it will automatically search in the dictionary of your choice.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to also figure out where all of that came from in the beginning, because yeah, that sounds good.
So we built this algorithm over the course of 3 years with a mix of linguistic techniques. So one thing, for example, would be what are called trigraphs, which are 3-letter characters. So THM, for example, 3-letter character combinations that are rare and uncommon. So that linguists have said, this will produce a difficult, potentially a difficult pronunciation, or even more, I guess more based on uncommon. And we'll also scan the script to give you a count of how many times that word has appeared in the script. So really, instead of you having to read through your book with a highlighter and say, don't know how to pronounce that, don't know how to pronounce that, and then manually go into Forvo or some other online dictionary. It'll just automatically present the word. You decide if you want to research it and then automatically return that result. So dramatically speeding up the process.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very impressive.
Thank you. Well, I can't take much credit. I didn't write a single line of code. I just, so that goes to our wonderful development team. Okay. So you've used all of our script preparation tools. Hopefully they've made your life easier. Then you've recorded your audio, especially for long form. Audio proofing and quality control is a massive amount of time spent for something that is really essential. So in many cases, in an audiobook context, and many long form audio, you need to have your audio player open, whether that's your DAW or just a Windows Media Player, for example, to listen to your audio, your script open. You need to read the script while listening to the audio, pausing every time a mistake or discrepancy is found, and then manually typing in at 32 seconds, this mistake was found, and it should have been this. Very time consuming, can take, to do it properly, 3 to 4 hours of time to listen to a single hour of audio. All for something that, quite frankly, AI can help you speed up. So our tool will give you peace of mind about accuracy, eliminating manual tasks in terms of producing reports and doing some of your editing tasks, and allows you to work more efficiently by collaborating using our automated reports. These tools, I should say, our proofing tool can be viewed very simply as spell check for your voice. It will automatically compare your script to your text and give you an output of every potential mistakes you made, including missed words, added words, mispronunciations, pauses, and noises. It's designed to shine a light on mistakes in narration, allowing Pozotron users to focus on performative elements like tone, pacing, and character accents, rather than a focus on ensuring you have word perfection. I'm going to show you again very quickly over the course of a 2-minute chapter here how our proofing tool works. So you're going to drag and drop your audio files down here, MP3, FLAC, or WAV format. Pozotron will automatically match that audio file to the correct section of your text, compare the two, and give you an output of what we believe might be your mistakes. So this text here is obviously the text of your manuscript. Over here on the left are all the potential mistakes that we call annotations. Each of these matched with a red underline. So we're gonna listen to this 2-minute chapter. I'll stop at every one of these potential mistakes and show exactly what each mistake highlighted means and what to do with it.
Version 2. Pozotron Studio is an AI-powered audio production tool designed to ensure that performance always comes first. Our technology and tools exist to help teams of creative people and their technical support make the best performances more accurate, efficient, and in less time. Since Pozotron is more accurate and sensitive than a human proofer, your proofers and editors won't need to worry about accurate pronunciations or word-perfect narration, instead focusing on dialogue, dialect, and performance. Our audio proofing tool is designed to catch the key mistakes your narrator may make during narration, including words accidentally added into the script by the narrator.
You can see here, he adds the word accidentally. Very clear mistake, word inserted accidentally. We then say, you can mark that as okay, which means either it isn't a mistake or it's a very small mistake that doesn't matter. It could be a script typo. And then you can mark it as a pickup. In this case, I'm going to mark it as a pickup, which at least in the audiobook context means a mistake that needs to get fixed. Yes.
Words missed from the script.
Very clearly, he does not read that should be narrated. Words missing that should be narrated. I am going to mark that as a pickup.
Of course, it will find misperceptions and misspoken words.
Again, he says the wrong word here. We use a very obvious example here, but you can also, if you had said mispronunciation instead of mispronunciations, Pozotron would flag that as well. I'm going to mark that as a pickup.
Pauses longer than 2 seconds. Noises.
So Pozotron flags every pause over 2 seconds. You can either click OK, you can click long pause, or you can use the filter out button. You could probably hear that I'm Canadian based on the way I pronounced out there. And that will essentially ignore all occurrences of pauses up to and up to 2.4 seconds. So a way to increase that threshold. You can also use filter out here on things like mispronunciations. So if for whatever reason you wanted to ignore all times that the script said mispronunciation and you said misperceptions, that would also be possible using that filter out button.
Including audio distortions, synthetic sound issues, and natural noises like a dog barking or a fire truck siren.
So silly of me to use a project that actually didn't have noise detection activated, but I will show you just very briefly here what that actually looks like, where it'll actually flag. Here, I'll play that sentence one more time. Sorry about that.
Noises including audio distortions, synthetic sound issues, and natural noises like a dog barking or a fire truck siren.
So you can see it detects dog here, emergency vehicle, as well as a hard clip, which is a distortion in your audio file that certainly can't be in your finished product. So Pozotron will catch and allow you to flag all of these mistakes. I could also, so for example here, I could also create my own pickup. In this case, I could say, at editing, for example, and then I could say noise. This sentence needs to get fixed. We also do have what's called the spot check mode, which allows you to easily go through an hour of audio in a fraction of the time by using hotkeys A for OK, D for pickup, and the spacebar.
Happens when you add a script. Pozotron will note this as an also add the tag at editing word.
So what that does is it'll jump just down to all the things Pozotron has suggested, allowing you to do a very quick spot check of all of your audio. Okay, now what do? You're the narrator or the editor, and you need to figure out how to record your pickups. You're going to go import, export. We have a number of different reports. I'm going to show you the pickup packet here. What this does, there are many ways you can customize it, but this automatically exports this report, which allows you to minimize and maximize by chapter, shows you the slate, the details of the mistake, the timestamp, the text, as well as the original voice match recording,
including words accidentally added into the script by the narrator.
So many of our narrators, our narrator customers will then use this text here to actually go in and record their pickups. You can also export DAW markers to export directly into your DAW. I'm going to show you very briefly here in Audacity, but I've exported these labels previously. And I'm going to import, and it'll actually mark in your DAW session exactly where every pickup needs to get edited. So there's no more scanning and finding timestamps and figuring it out that way. You can automatically export directly into your DAW. One more tool I will show you again, somewhat briefly, is scan occurrences. This allows you to actually scan your script for every occurrence of a word across all the audio files you've uploaded. So this, in the case of Pozotron, I could click scan here.
Version 2. Pozotron Studio is
So in the audiobook context, this could be a really good example would be character names to make sure it's performed consistently across your book or your project. In the case of cursor voiceover, like here with Pozotron, you could be making sure you presented or pronounced the company's name correctly every time. What you can do here is if, say, the first, third, and fifth are mispronounced, you could either export directly into your DAW to fix it, or then click this annotate button, and that will actually mark it as a pickup. Should be Pozotron. Click annotate, and that has created 3 pickups directly in your proofing tool. Any questions? Let's go into the spell check for your voice. Okay, yes, I was proud when we came up with that analogy.
It's amazing. It's a complete game changer, and it's so exciting to kind of see you going through it all. And I know that, it's just incredible. I know lots of people who are using it now, and it's just making everything so much easier.
I think I'm curious about you are so proficient in how you're doing all of this now, and it's great to watch you. But realistically, for someone starting out new and fresh, how much training is there available, and how can one get started?
Great question. So training is, we will do a free demo with anyone who even is interested. You don't have to have an account to show you how the tool works. I should say, so my father is a 74-year-old family doctor, as tech savvy as a 74-year-old man can be. But we basically, I tell our developers to every tool that we build, my dad needs to figure out in 10 minutes or less. So it is quite intuitive. It is quite easy to grasp. It can seem very intimidating when we throw everything at you in 30 minutes, which I'm even speeding up now a little bit just for the sake of everyone's time. But it is very intuitive. We do provide free training to anyone who is interested. And then we also do have 24/7 support. So you can request technical support and we'll respond by email very quickly. We also do have a very robust support page that has either written and or in most cases video tutorials on how to use the tool. And as you can see here, I clicked on the support page from this scan occurrences tool, and it took me to an overview of scan occurrences. If I do it from pronunciation, for example, it'll take me to a completely separate, so it's a curated link. It's not just, hey, here's our general support. It'll take you to something very specific relating to what you're trying to do. So if I did it from share, it would take you directly to how to share projects. So we try and make it as, I used to get in trouble for using this word all the time, but idiot proof, as simple as possible for you to figure out what's going on. And if you get stuck, don't panic. Submit a support ticket. It's completely free. We don't charge people for, like a lot of companies do, for a support membership or anything like that. Our goal is to make it as easy to use the tool as possible.
Amazing. Very user friendly.
That's the goal. It's you catch more flies with honey.
Yeah. There's a couple of questions in the chat here.
Great.
Or actually, James says very intuitive. So yes, very good. Eric asks, if I've already added pronunciations to my audio book script, can Pozotron ignore those when I upload it?
Good question. No. However, so no, not possible, but the first time if Pozotron flags something as a mispronunciation incorrectly, because maybe something isn't pronounced well, the way our algorithm would expect, I guess. You can use that filter out tool, but actually one interesting application of the scan occurrences tool might be to actually automatically filter out those pronunciations. So Eric, not currently, but that is a great suggestion and something that Lindsay, I know you're listening, if you can make a note of that, that would be really interesting. So the one thing a lot of the time people, thanks Lindsay, a lot of the time people will ask, so let's say for example, Rachel's name in a book should actually pronounce Raquel for whatever reason. You know, if I put that into the pronunciation guide, does that then inform the proofing tool on what the correct pronunciation is? And no, it does not currently. We'd like to get to that point. But the reason is our algorithms are shared across all of our users. So if it did that, every time Rachel's name came up in any other project across all of Pozotron's ecosystem, Rachel would no longer be the correct pronunciation expected by our algorithm. It would be Raquel. So eventually we'd like to get to the point that every individual user has their own subsection of the algorithm where they can customize it as you will. But you can imagine that's a much larger development challenge than we currently have been able to solve, I guess would be the way to put it there.
Yeah.
And James, thank you very much for the positive feedback. Okay, I can go into last couple little bits of the project. So again, we do have DAW marker integration with Pro Tools, Audition, Audacity, Studio One, SoundForge, Wavelab, Nuendo, Cubase, Reaper, Twisted Wave, and Hindenburg. They all do work essentially the same way I just told you, but with a little bit just in terms of how you import it. The other thing you can do is you can actually take your markers from an existing DAW session and actually import those into Pozotron as well. So it is a two-way import-export integration with your DAWs. One thing to note, Pro Tools and a couple of our other DAWs are limited by subscription. So if you do use Pro Tools or really Pro Tools is the only limited one, that is a slightly added cost for a number of reasons, but just let us know and we can help you with that. Okay, final of our tools I want to show you today is our audio analysis tool. This will allow you to upload your, did I upload an audio analysis file? I did not, so I'm going to go in here and go back here. Audio analysis will allow you to, all right, 0 for 2. Let's see. Audio analysis will allow you to upload your final mastered audio files. For audiobooks, we have we've built test presets for ACX, Audiobooks Unleashed, Authors Republic, and Spotify. We will be adding more, but you can create your own test presets if your client has given you all the specs that you need to adhere when you submit your audio files. You can customize a whole bunch of different specifications, upload your files, click Show Analysis. And in this case for ACX, we'll test for file duration, sample rate, sample peak, true peak, RMS, noise floor, room tone, top and tail duration, whether there are any file duplicates you've uploaded, whether there is the file format is correct, MP3 wave FLAC, for example, audio channel and bitrate. We do have a number of other implementations that we are looking to build. So again, instead of having to go manually check all these specs, you can automatically upload it, click a button, and it'll tell you what you need to fix. So that really applies to any audio file, whether it's an audiobook, a podcast, or anything else. So a very easy check to make sure that you have completed your audio production exactly up to your required specifications. Finally, Pozotron, we are a pretty broad company in terms of our user base. So from an a enterprise or large company perspective, we currently work with 3 of the big 5 publishers in multiple countries. Audio production studios like Dion, Blackstone, Dreamscape, Elgin, and B Audio, John Marshall Media. We also work with Disney and the New York Times. So the Daily podcast, for example. Every one of those Saturday, Sunday reads on the Daily podcast are produced through Pozotron. And you can also, if you're a New York Times subscriber, all of the articles that are narrated through their Audem product are also go through Pozotron. So we've got a wide user base, and we are trusted by some of the leaders in the audio industry. And then finally, some customer testimonials. These are from our narrator and voiceover customers. You can see this on our website, pozotron.com/testimonials. But we are trusted by a wide range. We've got 7,000 narrators who have accounts in Pozotron or so, where they're trusting Pozotron to check their audio and make sure it is exactly as their client requires. I won't go read through all of these. I would say the biggest thing is our clients overall say that it's nice to work with our team because we're supportive and we'll provide training and things like that. But more importantly, our tool allows them to focus on all the more complex and creative elements of their project and not having to worry, did I pronounce Pozotron right every time? So they can focus on all of those really creative elements rather than having to go nitpick on specific pronunciations and things like that. Finally, if you are interested in using or trying Pozotron, go to pozotron.com/free trial. This will allow you to sign up for a free account. This will also give you 7 hours of free audio proofing credits and a 1-month trial of all of our script preparation tools. You can also book a free demo with our team. It'll be either myself or 2 of our customer success or customer outreach people who can give you anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending how much time you have, a brief overview all the way down to a very in-depth review of the tool. And we're also happy to discuss your audio workflow and specifically map out exactly where you need to integrate Pozotron to get the most value. So please check us out. Again, www.pozotron.com/free trial. We would love to talk to you, even if it's just to answer questions and you never become a customer. We are big believers that nothing bad can ever come out of a conversation. So please reach out and we would love to talk to you. And thank you for listening today.
Amazing, amazing. Oh, it's just so fascinating. And, well done. Thank you for creating Pozotron, because I'm, it's such a wonderful tool. And I know that it's, helping so many voice actors with their workflow. So yeah, I think it's amazing. And I know that everyone's very excited watching this. So do go and give it a try, guys. Yeah, I'm excited.
I believe a good question to ask is, how easy is it to get started?
Create an account. You'll get a free demo. Our pricing is all listed on. I don't want to get too into that, but we have flexible pricing on all of our tools. So the script prep tools are just a single charge per project. And so you can use it on some projects and not on others. And our proofing tool is just however much audio you upload, you get charged for. So you can do volume discounts at 4, 8, 16, 25, all the way up to 1,000 hours a month. Or you can just do a pay as you go, which is you upload 30 minutes of audio, you get charged for 30 minutes of audio. And everything is only ever month to month. So you're never locked in long term. There's no long-term commitments or anything like that. So very easy. Book a demo with us and we'll walk you through everything. Or if you don't want to talk to us, just everything is listed on our website and it's very intuitive and easy to get started.
Wonderful. Amazing.
It's as easy as downloading an application.
Oh, everything is all browser-based, so you don't need to download anything. So just open it up in Google Chrome or Firefox. The only limitation is, unfortunately, Safari is a very limited browser, so anything to do with audio can be challenging in Safari. It does work, but it's not perfect, to be totally honest. So yeah, to open up your browser, Pozotron.com, and you're ready to get started.
Amazing. Amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. And my personal question is, why Pozotron? What is the name? Where does the name come from?
So our founder is named Jake Poznansky. And there was back in 2017, there was a research paper called Tacotron on early ASR, which stands for automatic speech recognition algorithms, and Poz from Poznansky, Tron from Tacotron, merged them together. Jake wishes he could go back in time and change the name, unfortunately, but we've got some brand recognition now, so we're not going to do that. But, hindsight's always 20/20. It is unique and it sticks in people's heads for the most part.
Yeah.
And your mascot as well sticks in your visualization.
His name is Pozzy. Pozzy the owl. There's not a whole lot you can base a brand in audio proofing and QC. So the owl just kind of came out of a graphic designer's head, and we've stuck with him. He's got all kind of. We've got Ozzy Pozzy, we've got Pozzy Osbourne, a whole bunch of everyone's.
Nice. Good stuff. Excellent. Does anybody any other questions, guys? If you've got a question, pop it in the chat. I know that lots of people are booking in now, so that's good. But yeah, any questions, let us know. Or if you are watching this on record, you can email in.
Yes. Absolutely. hello@pozotron.com. Or you can use the contact us window, I guess, on our tool. And Florence, thank you very much. We look forward to giving you a demo.
Wonderful. Amazing. And everybody, please do jump on social media and tell the world what you thought of this webinar and what you think of Pozotron. So use the hashtag VON webinar, VON webinar, tag the VoiceOver Network, tag me, Rachel Naylor, and tag Pozotron as well. And then we can reshare, comment on all your wonderful posts. And it's really nice to see those, and it's great to be able to share them on Instagram stories and things. So do which is very exciting.
Just on another note, we just finished a 2-day workshop this past weekend with Sean Pratt. And everyone in audiobook world and land knows Sean Pratt, and he could not stop raving about Pozotron and how it has helped him with all of everything you just shared, and making life so much easier for him.
Well, that's fantastic. I need to send him a nice thank you then. Very much appreciated.
We love Sean. And for anyone who's watching, we do have a couple more of our audiobook intensive workshops coming up. We've got Ronnie Butler and we've also got Johnny Heller. So if you would like to get yourself booked onto those, Lisa will put the links in the chat.
I can say both of them know what they're talking about. Ronnie is one of my favorite people in all of voiceover. And Johnny's a very, very, I haven't met him personally, but my team raves about him as well. So they're both
Johnny's hilarious. He's very funny. So yeah, quite the character. Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yeah, good. Excellent. Amazing. Well, it has been, I think, have we got any more questions, Lisa? No.
I'm on the website, sorry. So if you see anything in there, just grab it.
Yeah.
Yes. So Sean, Johnny's workshop and Ronnie's workshop have been worked to some new dates. And so once those get confirmed, they will be put back on the website. So we will add those up very shortly.
If somebody wants to book onto that, what do they do, Lisa?
Yeah, they can email workshops at.
Okay.
And let me know you're interested, and we will get you booked in.
Right.
Workshops at thevoiceovernetwork.org. There you go. Very good. And I just wanted to mention on the 30th of October, we have our virtual Vond Halloween party. Yes.
Well, that'll be fun.
So if you guys want to come and join us on that one, all you have to do is register. It's free to register, and you can join us at our global outreach.
And there'll be prizes for best dressed, which we always do every year. And it's always fun to see what you guys come up with and create. So, yeah.
If I'd known, I could have had my costume ready to help promote your
Yeah. Oh, no, it'd be good.
Well, come join us on the 30th.
I will. I'll look. I'm dressing as Hagrid, and my kids are Harry Potter and Ron Weasley. So, yes, I love Halloween. Halloween is the best.
Yeah, it's good fun. Really good fun. So, wonderful. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Adam, for joining us today and sharing, all that information. It was fascinating and really, really exciting technology. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. And thank you, Lisa, as well. And also thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It's been great to have you on the VoiceOver Hour live webinar. We have the next VoiceOver Hour live webinar will be coming up very soon. We'll release details of that. But yeah, really great to have you guys all here. So have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you again, Adam.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.